First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Today's video, I wanted to go into how adultery is promoted in this world. And it goes contrary to what the scriptures talk about. So, this is Romans chapter 7 and verse 1. It says, "Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband." Right, so the first man, as a woman that you slept with, that is your husband. And if you sleep around after him and he's still alive, you're committing adultery, straight point. Now, we live in a society where a lot of people didn't even know that, and that's why Yahweh said that, hey, this is a wicked and adulterous generation, okay, because we all, commit some type of sin somehow, and everyone is committing adultery, whether you know it or not, because that woman you're dealing with, hey, she's not a virgin. So it says, "So that if while her husband liveth she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she is free from that law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man." And it's that simple. But if you were to tell that to someone today, especially a modern American woman, they'd look at you completely sideways and tell you that they can do whatever they want to do, and with no shame, go from man to man to man to man, nonstop, defying themselves. Which that's what happens when, as a woman, when you sleep with multiple men, is you're carrying on all types of different spirits, right? And ultimately, your body becomes polluted. An analogy for this is in Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 1, it says, "They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith Yahweh." Right, so the comparison of how if a man puts away his wife, and she leaves him, goes with another man, and, that man's going to pop her and do everything he does. Is he going to go back, to that woman? The answer is no, because she is defiled. She is greatly polluted. And that's just one man. Now imagine, these women out here with a 30, 40, 50, 20 body counts. And they don't think it's a problem. And how greatly polluted they are, their bodies and their minds, is the most important thing, really. Because what happens is that when, a man and a woman come together, your body releases a chemical called oxytocin, and that is a so-called pair bonding chemical. But if you keep, essentially releasing that chemical over and over and over and over again as a woman, it reaches a point where your body doesn't produce it on the same amount. You're not pushing out that same pair bonding chemical, and you can't connect to that man anymore because you've abused the system of going from different men. So the way the Most High set it up is that a woman is not supposed to have, multiple bodies. You do see scenarios where, the first husband died and the woman, had another husband. But very rarely, you see it where she has, 6, 7 husbands. That was very rarely ever seen, because that means 6, 7, men would have to die. So, but like I said, we live in a society where that is not pushed. What's pushed is adultery. What's pushed is so-called woman liberation, which it's not really liberating them at all. It's enslaving them to sin. But this is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. It says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, and where also our Lord was crucified." So Babylon, America, is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And that's the reason why. Because the man on man, woman on woman, a whoredom mentality is pushed everywhere you go. You can't escape it. You go on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever social media, Twitter. Okay, hey, God forbid you go on the news, because all you're going to see is wickedness and wickedness being pushed upon you. So this is why Yahweh Shai has to come back, because there is no stopping this. The only person that's going to stop this is Yahweh Shai. But besides that, this is going to keep on growing exponentially, getting more wicked as the days and months and years go by. The Lord willing, Yahweh Shai comes soon. And I always say, just imagine 10 years from now, 20 years from now, if we get that far, how much more wicked everyone else is going to be. Because your so-called YNs will be adults, and they will have children, and they will raise their children in that same mentality and promote them to do even more wickedness. So, hey, this is why the only remedy for this place is fire, right? Just as, the only remedy for, it's symbolic that this place is called the daughter of Babylon. And when you go into the law, it goes into how the daughter of a priest, if she be defiled, let's get that. Leviticus 21 and verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire. Right, so this place is the same thing. Okay, the daughter of Babylon. Okay, the great whore, Babylon the Great. And this place is profane, so the only solution is being burnt with fire. And that's exactly what's going to happen. The Lord is going to send those thermonuclear missiles from all these nations, first starting with Russia, Iran, China. Every single nation is going to turn and shoot missiles upon this place to make it a wasteland that is never inhabited again. So I just wanted to touch on that topic real quick and to just go into how wickedness is promoted here. And the main thing is adultery, right? Women just sleeping around with no consequences, thinking it's okay. Hey, they're going to have a rude awakening very soon. But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Makakodash, and double honors to the other bishops and apostles of great millstone that taught me his truth. Shalom to you, like Shalom.